Hello. So I have created a sort of a control panel for a Minecraft server, and it works both with the pure vanilla server that you get from Mojang. It also works with a Craft Bucket server and a Spigot server. And it looks like this, pretty simple. We have different tabs for different jobs. And what I have done is that this first tab is basically the same. Is the sort of basic commands that works for every server. Then I have an extra tab here for the dynamic map, and that's actually a plugin for a bucket server. And you can add more, or I can add more sort of tabs for different plugins as well. But right now I just have for the dynamic map. So yeah, it's pretty basic. First tab, the main tab, is sort of power. You can turn it on and off. And this is for the whitelist and operator. So you just type, for example, my player name, and you can sort of add to the whitelist, remove from whitelist. You can operate or make them up and de-op them, and also open the server folder. I haven't really set this up correctly right now, but yeah, reload whitelist and stuff like that. Second tab is game mode. Same thing here. If you just play name, you can easily just set game modes for different players, because if you're not an operator on a server, you can't change that yourself. So this is pretty easy to do if you're not in the game yourself, for example. Same thing with game rules. You have different game rules. This is some of them that I actually use. Keep inventory on and off. You can turn them on and off. Tick speed for the server. Just enter a number and you set it. Same thing with the time. So yeah, and this adds a scoreboard. There's a lot of different scoreboards, but this is sort of the two basic one that I use. Like add the kill count, and also the death counts, and you can actually sort of reset those. Just add the player name and onto death and set kills and deaths. And let's say that a player doesn't sort of play on the server anymore, and you don't want that on the sort of list. You can remove that player from that list. And of course, the dynamic map, if you want to sort of pre-render or start create the map, because when a server sort of is new, it doesn't really have a map, and the map is automatically created. But if you want to sort of render everything at once, sort of a start render, you can do this pretty easy. Just select the world and start render. So let's actually start a server. Main here. So what I do here, just on, and it will start automatically the server. And this actually has to be on the same computer as the server as well, so it's not really a remote control, so to speak. So there you go, the server is started. And for example, I have my name here, so if I want to de-op me, I have to have the player name, and I just click on de-op, and you see de-opt Unimetrix 36. If I want to operate him, opt. So it's pretty simple to do this. What it does is actually it's sort of sends commands to the server, and it grabs the information that you put here and then add it and send the command to the server. And game mode, for example, right now I'm not, you need to be sort of online on the server for this to work, so I can't really show you that right now. Game rules, if I want to keep inventory, it means that if you die you don't lose your items. So keep inventory. You can see that game rule has been updated, and I can turn it off as well. So yeah, this works really good. Natural health, this is basically hardcore mode. You can turn that on and off. So yeah, this is pretty nice. So you don't have to, you see, these are the commands, game rule. So instead of typing this in the game itself, you just press the buttons. So it's kind of nice. Same thing with scoreboard. You just click the buttons. First you have to do the add kill count, like that. You see, add a new objective, killed successfully, and now you place it on the sidebar. And also I want to have the death count, and I want to have it on the list. So when you press the tab key, you get the you know, the players on the server, and there's a number next to the player which shows how many times you have sort of died. So yeah, and you can also set the amount. For example, 15 times. So I'm going to set 15 times to this specific player. Set kills. And I of course can reset that to, like that. So yeah, it's pretty easy to have on a server instead of typing a bunch of commands. But as I said, you need to have this sort of little device on the same computer as the server. So if you have the server on a different computer, as you usually have, you might have to sort of use, you know, remote desktop or whatever. Because I haven't figured out how to sort of have this on a separate computer and control sort of a server on a different computer. So yeah, but that's kind of how it works. And one thing that I have as well is a auto save. What it does is just, it's not really an app, it places an icon here, and when you press page down, you see that it automatically started to save the world. And there's actually a timer, so you only need to press this button once. So now every 15 minutes it will automatically sort of force save the world. So it's kind of nice to have, because the force saving is not really, or the saving thing is kind of jerky in the default thing. I don't think it's actually saves it that much, but you get the point. So yeah, that's kind of nice. And if you want to stop this sort of automatic autosave, you just press the page down button again, and it will stop. So yeah, and then if you want to sort of turn off the server, just press off, and the server will shut down. So yeah, that's sort of a quick little guide here, and I can actually, this sort of little app is right now sort of specific for my computer, but I can actually create this for you if you want to download this. For example, I have the, that's not the correct one. The only thing I kind of need is where you have placed your server. For example, I have it on my D drive here, or E drive, and I actually need the full address, like this. You know, E is bigger than the folder. Also the name of the start file. So yeah. And also if you want to have some extra plugins and which commands, I can do that as well. But yeah, that's my little control panel. So see you